Okay, here's a video a lot of people been asking for. After I did the video on the review last, they kept asking, okay, so what do you do to remove your scratches? There's two things you can do. You can remove a scratch or you can mask a scratch. What I'm going to do is, first, I'm gonna remove the surface. I have a buffer. I've got a torque cue. Actually, if you ask me, a torque cue is better for any beginner that wants to simply maybe mess around with the buffer without messing your car up. Head actually on it actually gives way to absorb, so your pressure doesn't actually burn your paint. What I have is I've got 5 dabs of 36 cutter on my pad. My pad's a little dirty because I've been doing this full car. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna hit each spot. I'm just gonna, basically all I'm doing right here is I'm spreading out my my chemical, because you want to spread it out so that it doesn't sling everywhere. I'm gonna start my speed out on 1. I'm gonna start on 1 because first what I want to do is I simply want to spread my chemical around. That's what I want to do. I want to spread it around. So wherever there's scratches, right now I'm spreading it around. Cutter is a form of a compound as well. So some may say use cutter. Cutter is a cutter and a compound. What you actually want to do is you want to control this buffer. It's kind of hard with my hand, but you want to control, but at the same time, you really want the chemical to do the job. You don't really want to do a whole bunch of bearing down on the actual buffer, because that's how you create swirls and different things. Okay, in order to get this thing in, we're going to cut it up. I'm going to go up to about 4. So that's how excuse me, because I don't have my camera girl in. Actually, that's what I'm getting ready to focus on. I'm going to start focusing on those scratch areas. I'm focusing on those scratch areas. Notice how I'm working everything in. Working everything in. Everything in. Keep going. That's basically what I want to do. I want to buff until I see no more chemical. You want the chemical to work itself in. See that scratch? You want that chemical to work itself in. Most people will actually just focus on that one scratch. But that's how it gets worked. You may need to come back and do a couple more layers. And you just keep going. See? See? See that? See that? What did you see? That's one hand. I'm only doing one hand. See that? With one hand. So what I'm going to try to do is clean this mess up. See if I can clean this mess up. Gotta bear with me. I don't have my camera girl, which is my daughter. So I'm trying to do this without dropping my actual buffer. All right, give me a second. I'm gonna run and grab my rag and show you what we've done. This is just an Xfinity that I'm working on. It was in bad condition, man. It really took a lot to bring this thing back, but just about getting it back. Got a couple more steps. But since I was here, I figured a lot of you have been asking, what do you do to get a scratch out? What do you do after the review? So that's what I do. See that? See that? Look at that. You notice that was one hand. I didn't do anything crazy. One hand, just basically one hand. And I controlled the buffer. I did not bear the buffer in, but I controlled the buffer. Because you have to let your chemical work for you. When you begin to try to take the buffer and make the buffer get the scratch out, then that's when you're going to get your swirls. That's when you're going to do more damage than good. Got me a nice terry cloth. And if you see, there's still a hairline scratch there. But actually, if I go back over that a couple times with the same process, it'll be fully buffed out. So that's what I'm going to do now. But I wanted to show you guys that's how you can mask or take out scratches without a headache. Don't forget, like, share, and subscribe. Got to get back to work.